we welcome all of you to Nagaland. So this investment business summit, so do you feel that this is the right way to go for a small state like Nagaland investing such a big amount, especially when the state has such a big deficit?
Well, first of all, we are truly happy to be invited for your wonderful location. And we as a good guests, we are gladly accept the invitation and share what we will be told to us. So it's us to take this opportunity to get familiarized with the local possibilities.
He was a representative from the Embassy of Estonia. Now we'll see which other delegates will be coming through. Japan is a country that the Nagas really adore. So how is your country going to incorporate the culture of Japan into Nagaland, or are you willing to take the culture of Nagaland to Japan?
Of course, it is a quite big potential and huge scope for development in Nagaland by Japanese technology transfer know-how, and we are Indian Association of Japan. Myself, Dr. Sanjay Mehrotra, we are here to development of Nagaland as soon as possible, and also investment from Nagaland, from Japan to Nagaland, and in different areas, especially in agriculture sector, something like that. And of course, we need to do many things in many areas. Still, we need lot of things to do.
I am Yacel Burillo, the ambassador of Panama.
Thank you so much for coming to Nagaland. What do you expect out of this business summit, and especially in terms for which will be good for Panama and Nagaland?
Of course, I expect interaction. I expect a lot of green, a lot of crops, a lot of good people everywhere. Like Nagaland has been fantastic for me so far, and a lot of commercial opportunities. Why not?
Yeah, this is Dr. Manuj Mittal, and I came from Delhi. And this G20, B20 initiatives by Government of India and our Honorable Prime Minister Ji is giving a lot of boost to northeast areas. And thank you very much for the government. Thank you very much to CI. Thank you very much for the organizers and your state to welcome all the delegates here. And we are here to explore the business opportunities and possibilities, and to come in a big way. Thank you.
What is your expectation from this business summit?
To collaborate with the various stakeholders and do something for the state as well as for the nation. We are working towards mobility and migration and learning management system, so that should do a lot of good for employment and youth employment. So that's what I am looking forward to, and definitely meeting all the people and collaborating and being part of this beautiful culture. So that's really.
Would you like to add to that?
Yeah, thank you so much for having us here. This is an overwhelming experience, and I think what I would like to see here would be the connect of the best of art and culture here with the mainstream nationally and internationally as well. Since I represent the Icelandic Business Council, we could look into the possible collaboration opportunities between the tradition, art and culture, even in terms of technology and innovation. These are possible avenues for collaboration, and I think the best of the people here, the best of the resources that you have can optimize the entire course.
So since this business summit is all about investment, if you happen to invest in Nagaland, what are your policy plans?
For follow-up, sir. For follow-up policy.
I think we would definitely be able to do something in technology and innovation in the field of food processing, agriculture and general technology. But I think there is a lot of potential also in tourism. And I believe that we have the aim to get more tourists to India. And my countrymen, there are actually not very many, but they are now very much interested in coming to India, and I hope they will also venture to Nagaland as well.
So we just had a delegate from Iceland, from the Embassy of Iceland, and he said they're looking at investing in sectors such as agriculture, innovation and technology, and tourism as well. So we'll just have a look tomorrow at what happens at the business summit. So the US and Canada have a lot of ties. Are you expecting that with Nagaland and Canada?
I think it's too early to say. I think it's such a brilliant, beautiful place, but we'll have to see.
What sectors are you looking at?
I personally am looking at renewable energy, but I'm hoping there'll be a lot, especially in tourism. I saw this beautiful textiles here, so I'm hoping to acquire some personally, but we'll see.
So, I mean, a lot of us, we are definitely aware that live here that there's a lot of thing lacking behind in terms of electricity and when you said renewable energy as well. So how much are you looking at?
Yeah, I mean, mini grids in Nagaland, there's a huge potential for solar storage mini grids. So, like in Modera and Gujarat, they have that, and I say, well, let's bring that to Nagaland as well.
This is another delegate from Bhutan. So, ma'am, we would like to know, Bhutan is known for its sustainable living and then it's flourishing, in its own little way. What can Nagaland learn from Bhutan?
Well, we are also at a learning stage. I think everybody is at a learning stage, especially with the pandemic. People have been again re-educated about the preservation of biodiversity and natural resources, how we have to sustain it in our daily living and input it in our daily living. So I think rather than Nagaland learning from Bhutan or Bhutan learning from Nagaland, it is about how we collaboratively work together and live in harmony. I think that is all about what pandemic has really taught us.
What sector are you looking at to invest in, especially in terms of Nagaland? Are you coming here to invest or just to what are you?
Mainly for B2B purposes, like we are also looking into how we can collaborate and look into the prosperity of businesses, not only for Nagaland but also for Bhutan. So,
Any particular sector?
well, I am from tea sector myself, but of course we will definitely see many more sectors here and explore our potentials.
First, my name is Alejandro Simancas. I am the ambassador of the Republic of Cuba. So a very far country in Latin America, in the middle of the Caribbean. So I'm very happy to be here in Nagaland. It's my first time. And I have been here only so far 5 minutes. But I am really impressed with the culture, the tradition, the hospitality. So thank you very much. So we are here to know Nagaland, his people, the culture, the tradition, and at the same time to spread the friendship between Cuba and India and Nagaland, and to explore the possibilities for the business opportunities, the bilateral trade, the joint economic projects. And we are going to talk about that, to see, according to the economic potential of Cuba and Nagaland, what we can do together, how we can improve our bilateral relationship.
Thank you, sir. So you're from the Aditya Birla groups. What are you here to invest in? What sectors are you looking at it for your group, sir, for your organization?
Our group has into multiple businesses, right from metals to telecom to cements to various things. So all those things and renewables, solar, media as well.
Okay, sir, that will be really good for us. So as you are aware that our state is also going through a lot in terms of the insurgency area, but it is less now. Do you think that will hamper your investment purposes?
I don't think. At least for the last 5-10 years, the focus the new regime and our dynamic Prime Minister has on the Northeast, it's giving wonderful exposure and everybody is convinced. And I'm just coming from Darjeeling. There was again G20 related and it's fantastic the way things are moving. So we're confident.
I am from Paraguay, ambassador of Paraguay. I was reading about the main activities in Nagaland, tourism and agriculture. I think that we can find a lot of complementation, cooperation, and also we have a MOU, Memorandum of Understanding with India. So I think we can replicate with the Minister of Tourism in Paraguay.
India and Sri Lanka have very close ties, and we are, of course, brothers. So what do you expect out of this, conclave, this business summit? What are you expecting with the relation?
We are coming to Nagaland and we are very impressed and we are looking for opportunities here.
In what sectors are you planning to invest, which will be feasible for Sri Lanka?
We are looking at agro processing. Yeah.
So that was the arrival of the G20 delegates to the airport in Dimapur. And as we saw that most of them were interested in investing in certain sectors such as the agro sector, the food processing sector, and then also the science and technology, especially the ambassador from Canada had also explained that he's definitely interested in the science and tech sector of Nagaland. Now, many were also very excited to be here as they had just arrived. They were expecting a lot more from the trip. They are expecting a lot more from the trip in terms of cultural fusions. We can also see that a lot of vehicles over here which will be taking them up to Kohima after they go for lunch to Nyatu Resort, and then they will be en route to Kohima. And we saw a lot of Innova cars which have been brought from Assam to ferry them up to Kohima. We have also been informed by the DC Chumakadima that 8 VVIPs have come to Nagaland, and out of which, out of all the delegates, only one had cancelled, and over 100 delegates are in Nagaland for the B20 summit scheduled for tomorrow, which is April 5th. Esther here with Kamri for Nagaland News Network.